Hey y'all, it's Leah. This is basically my thoughts on the new popular anime, The God of High School. I'm not going to focus too much on the plot since there are probably many other reviews who break it down completely, and I don't think I'm the best person for that. But honestly, I'm just going to note the things that I really enjoyed and the things I didn't too much enjoy from the anime, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So, without further ado, let's get to it. Just like Tower of God, God of High School is another webtoon that got an anime adaptation by Crunchyroll. But between the Tower of God and the God of High School, I have to admit that the God of High School is my favorite out of the two. Alright, so let's talk about one of the series' strengths, which are the characters. We have our three main characters, which are Jin Mori, Han Dowie, and Yu Mira. Now, I have to say that over these 13 episodes, I came to love this trio and the growth they experienced together and individually. They honestly remind me of Teen 7 from Naruto, just better written. I appreciate how all three of them are distinct in personality, goals, and fighting styles, and I was really feeling their chemistry as friends and how they looked out for each other. I felt like I haven't seen a trio of characters this equally great in a hot minute, so watching this trio was pretty refreshing, I have to say. I love their friendship dynamic, and it feels like out of everything from the show, that was the most well paced thing the show did. You see these three individuals become closer as the series progresses, and it just felt so real and genuine to me. Especially at the end of episode 8 when Mira and Dowie threw Mori a birthday party, that made me feel so happy seeing all of them together and having a good time. Their bond is one of the best aspects of the series, in my honest opinion. To me, Jin Mori is a combination of all the main traits of the most popular shonen protagonists, bundled up into one character. But besides that, I really enjoy his character, and I found him quite likable due to his cheerfulness, his simple motivation, and how he cherishes his friends. Can I just say that Yu Mira is best girl, even though she's like the only main girl, but she's still best girl. And she's proof that girls with glasses can not only be badass, but beautiful at the same time. You love to see it. Although I love each of the trio pretty equally, if I have to choose a favorite out of the bunch, it would have to be Dowie. Mira being a close second, then Mori being third. I just think that Dowie had the most character development, and I like how he's the quiet type of character, but he still opens up and be there for his friends, while having moments where he's truly kicking ass. Plus, he's really cute. Anyways. Another thing I also like is the side characters and learning their various motivations for winning the tournament. They do a good job standing out when it's their time to shine, and I also have to mention that the character designs are pretty nice. It's not out of this world, but it does the job in making each important character noticeable, so that's all that matters. I love how some side characters bestow wisdom and inspiration on either the main trio or the people around them. A couple examples being the announcer giving Mira advice when they were sitting at the park, and another one being Jim P landing an impact on Jang Jimmy on episode 7. Like on that episode, I caught myself rooting for Jin P more than Dowie, and that shows that you can write the opponent to be likable without villainizing them. Long story short, I like how the show focuses on other characters beside the main three and takes a break from their stories to show the different perspectives of their competition. Now, I don't want to focus too much on the story, but I do want to say that some parts of the story were hard to grasp, while other parts were pretty straightforward. I don't know if the anime rushed some plot points from the original webtoon or not, but if the anime didn't, then I just wish that the anime took the time to show the direct lead up to the Citrus conflict and break down the lore of the story. Because it seemed like during my first watch, they just jumped into the conflict instead of slowly building it up. I know they only had 13 episodes, but still. There were many parts of the anime that either felt randomly placed, rushed, or jumped into. Which leads me to talk about the pacing. Like many others' criticisms about the show, I do think that the pacing of the anime is really fast, and it can make some of the plot, the Citrus conflict, and the lore a little hard to follow. But thankfully, the story is still enjoyable and entertaining enough to deal with it. And honestly, I would rather have a fast-paced anime than a slow-paced one, so the fast pacing doesn't bother me too much, But there are times where it does get a little frustrating when the show just throws you into situations without too much build up. For example, let me talk about episode 4 individually real quick, because I feel like this will support my claim. I'll admit that I enjoyed most of the episode, and I love the character development that Mira got. And actually, that episode is what made me take a liking to her as a character. But after that, the last 3 minutes of the episode really threw the episode's pacing off, in my opinion. I just found it a weird tone shift, going from Mira, Dowie, and Jin laughing together, growing close and having a good old time, to freaking Dowie punching Mira, getting desperate to win tournaments, and walking this dark path in order to save his sick friend. That's just my personal viewpoint on the episode, because it kind of threw me off seeing that 180-degree tone shift. I just believe the pacing was kind of poor right there. But I will say that episode 5 made up for episode 4's poor pacing by showing the huge character development for Dowie. I really enjoyed seeing the struggle that he went through, dealing with the loss of his best friend, and his emotionally charged fight with Mori, and the episode became perfect when he not only accepted his best friend's death, but he realized that he made new friends that truly care about him. Honestly, that episode had me close to tears, and I became so much more invested in the trio's close friendship and the progress of their strong bond with each other. Oh, and that post-credit scene was so heartwarming that I was a pinch away from bawling my eyes out. Because if you guys don't know, I'm a crybaby at heart. But surprisingly, I stayed solid until the very end. So yeah, I just thought that episode 5 was beautiful and heartfelt, with a good blend of strong emotions and action. And it made me fall in love with Dowie's character and forgive him for punching Mira so brutally that last episode. I find the art style to be pretty cool and distinctive. Not gonna lie though, at first I didn't like how everyone's noses made the characters look like they had severe colds. But surprisingly, I soon got used to it and even took a liking to it. I feel like it makes the characters stand out as a collective, and it's pretty unique to say the least. The music, although it's not outstanding, it does get you pumped with energy, especially during the fight scenes. The action scenes and various displays of martial arts combat is out of this world, man. It's engaging, quick time, and always had me on edge during most fights. I have to say that this is the anime's best quality. I love how every character has a different fighting style and how they use that to their advantage. You can tell that each fight scene is choreographed extremely well, making it look fluid, hard-hitting, yet interesting, and serves not only the characters, but the story overall. I also like how it's not just simple fighting and action, but shows how these fights affects the characters internally and forwards the plot, which gives the story a well-rounded feel. I also like the comedy. There were a lot of moments where I laughed out loud, so I really enjoyed that, especially with the trio's dynamic as a group. So, with my final verdict of season 1, it's definitely a show that keeps your interest through and through with the characters and the combat, which I consider to be the golden nuggets of the series. But with the execution of the plot and the pacing, I would say that those two aspects are season 1's weakest components. But it's not like that can be improved. There's always room for to fix minor things like that. So I just hope that the developers of the show take the most spoken criticisms and try their best to better execute it for the next season. The show may look cliche, and I think it has quite a few cliche shonen tropes, but despite that, the anime gives you a taste of originality and charm that you can't help but notice and appreciate. So, I'm going to give The God of High School an 8.5 out of 10. It's a pretty good show, but with just a few minor flaws that could be fixed. Let me know down below how you felt about The God of High School. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Or did you like it, but have a few problems with it? Also, tell me your highlights from the show, and if you're looking forward to season 2, just like I am. If you enjoy my thoughts, then it'd be really cool if you body slam that like button, because it really helps your girl out. Please subscribe for more anime show and film reviews in the future. Hit that bell notification so you can always be notified whenever I post. Links to my socials and Discord are in the description box below. Please stay safe out there, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye!